I appreciate your coming on tonight. It's a great video. Thank you. So green energy is going to save the world. Well, actually, it's destroying the world. And the whales are dying first. They're dying all across the East Coast because of green energy projects. Of course, government won't admit that. They're blaming fishermen and lobstermen. We're going to speak to someone who knows the truth about what's happening, won't believe the cost of these projects. Next. So right now, as we speak, the federal government is harassing the people who need the least harassment, commercial fishermen and lobstermen on the East Coast. They're saying that fishermen and lobstermen are somehow imperiling the whales. That's not true. The government's offshore wind projects, which are enriching their donors, are killing a huge number of whales. Right now, 7 dead whales washed up on the Jersey shore in just the past month. A humpback whale washed up today. The fishing industry saw this coming. They've been fighting the construction of offshore wind turbines for years, but many local governments, of course all getting paid, are pushing ahead anyway. Megan Lapp is the fisheries liaison at Seafreeze, which harvests fish and squid. She joins us tonight. Megan, thanks so much for coming on. So commercial fishing has been going on since the beginning of time. It's in the Bible. Wind farms are brand new. You're seeing a huge increase in the death of whales. How is the government claiming it's your fault?
Well, actually, so right now the government is not claiming that it's anybody's fault. I can't authoritatively say that all the whales that are washing up are because of offshore wind farms, but what I can tell you is that the 7 whales that have washed up off of New Jersey in the past month have all washed up during intense geotechnical surveying of wind farm leases off of New Jersey. And on the East Coast, there has been an unusual mortality event for humpback whales from 2016 until now. And the only thing that has changed in the ocean in that time is the fact that there have been offshore wind surveys occurring from 2015 until now. And now magically, there's a bunch of humpback whales dying. There's also been an unusual mortality event for minke whales from 2017 until now. And again, the only thing that has changed in the ocean is the surveying activities that have been going on for offshore wind farms, which are essentially carpet bombing the ocean floor with intense sound.
So, and of course, whales use sound to navigate. And so why wouldn't that be affecting whales or killing them? I don't understand. I mean, you're applying the principles of science. Let's take a look at this as objective as you can, assess what's changed, and try and find out what's causing it. There are all kinds of fisheries biologists who are paid by the federal government to figure this stuff out. Where are they?
That's a very good question, Tucker. A very good question. You know, there are a lot of people right now that are calling for the complete cessation of these offshore wind farm surveys until there can be an in-depth investigation. There absolutely should be. NOAA's Office of Protected Resources that oversees, you know, the population of whales in U.S. waters, they need to take a very hard look at this. We know that intense sound can cause bleeding in the eardrums of whales and lesions in their ears. Now all of a sudden you have offshore wind farm surveys, you see them stranding on the beaches. There's a lot that's not being reported. In November, there were like 6 pilot whales that washed up on Cape Cod. 5 of them died. Nobody's reporting on this. Nobody is looking at this with a critical eye. And really and truly, there needs to be a suspension of these surveys until somebody can do an in-depth investigation.
Yeah, this is the DDT of our time. Where all the liberals used to care about whales and the environment and the oceans and the land, the natural environment, they're all gone or taking money from green energy. Megan Lapp, I appreciate your coming on and for telling the truth.
Thank you. Thank you, Tucker.
So if you recognize Megan Lapp because she was in our documentary on wind turbines called Blown Away, The People versus Wind Power, absolutely worth watching. That's the future unless we stand up. You can screen that, Doctor. Screen it right now on Fox Nation.